Hi guys, my name is Lucia and welcome back to another video in my series Make Up Your Mind, where I talk about makeup related things I have made my mind up about. If you've missed any video in this series, I will link my playlist down below. Today I'm going to talk about the problem with holiday palettes. And I want to make one thing very clear before I get into this. I don't hate holiday palettes. I don't think they are awful. I am not saying that you should never buy a holiday palette, and I'm not saying that in the future I will never buy a holiday palette. I just think there is too much of a frenzy within the makeup community of the holiday palettes and having to go out and run and buy them. They are so expensive, so many of them come out, and I want to give you some reasons why you can save your money, take a deep breath. They're overhyped. It's okay. Sometimes it is beneficial to take a moment and stop and think about what we are buying before we do it. So let's get right on into it. The first problem with holiday palettes is it is like the ultimate FOMO. If you don't know what FOMO is, it is fear of missing out. And when limited edition things come out, that is the fear that people have. A lot of limited edition things sell out within hours, and people are afraid that if they are not on their computer at that very moment, the product will sell out and they will never get it. We have seen a new era of limited edition. I have a whole Make Up Your Mind video on products that were supposed to be limited edition. I will link that down below. Limited edition doesn't mean what it used to. Limited edition used to mean it's gone when it's gone, and now it kind of means, well, we'll see how it does, take our time. But holiday palettes? No, that's it. After the holidays, they are actually gone, and this creates a frenzy of, I have to get it, I have this time period of the holidays. It really is the ultimate FOMO, because you know that next year, they're not going to be coming out with the same holiday palette, and if you really, really like that one, you're never going to be able to get it again, which really is how limited edition should be, but in my opinion, it's just not anymore. So I think holiday palettes are what limited edition palettes should be, but I don't always think that's a good thing. There is a lot of fear of not buying something even if you might not have even wanted it in the first place. My second problem with holiday palettes is they come out in August. I don't understand why holiday palettes are coming out sooner and sooner. The holiday times, in my opinion, is November, December, and I start to get into it in October, but the world doesn't. The world gets into the holidays in November and December when Halloween is over, Thanksgiving is coming up if you live in America, Christmas and Hanukkah are coming up. The whole world goes crazy over that. The fact that these palettes are coming out so early, they're just milking the holidays too much. They're creating these things that you have so much time to buy that you almost have no reason not to buy it. I don't know if that's going to make sense, because some people might think, oh, well, the more time you have, the more time you have to talk yourself out of it. But no, these are literally here for half of the year. You have half of the year to stock up on pretty much every holiday palette that you could want, because you know come the end of the year they're going to be gone. But if you space it out, you might tell yourself, well, it doesn't even matter, what's, 2 palettes a month, versus when you really think about it, that's so much makeup that you're buying. I have been talking a little bit about spending too much money, and I just think when it comes to holiday palettes, it's kind of the same thing that I associate with a birthday month. A lot of people celebrate not a birthday week, but a birthday month, where they just go crazy in that month and they buy a ton of stuff because it's your birthday. My birthday is the first day of the year. It's January 1st. So to me, it wouldn't feel right to celebrate a birthday month because my birthday is the first day. So come January 20th, I've long forgotten about that. But anyway, I kind of see this as the same excuse to buy stuff. Well, it's for the holidays. They're limited edition. Gotta get my holiday palettes. It becomes this tradition of it's okay to spend that much because it's a holiday palette. Whereas if it was May and all these new releases were coming out and they were limited edition, you might not think to yourself, well, it's okay, I have an excuse to buy all these things, whereas with the holidays you think, oh, I love the holidays, it's festive, it's Christmas, whatever, I'm gonna let myself buy this. It's not always a bad thing to let yourself buy something, but I am specifically speaking to the people who overspend, who know they already have 50 palettes, who don't need this next palette that is not very original, which leads me to my next point, which is Holiday palettes are not very original. If you look at the Too Faced holiday palettes, aside from the gingerbread one that they just came out with, they are usually pretty much the same. Hourglass, I literally can't tell the difference between the palettes they come out with, maybe besides the pan size. The Marc Jacob palettes are often very, very similar, just across the board. I am not speaking for all brands. Maybe indie brands do some really original stuff, but the brands that we see in Sephora every year, I feel like every year I walk into Sephora and it's the same display. They're really not that original. If you own one Hourglass holiday palette, you probably own them all. Same with Too Faced, same with many other brands. Another point that I wanted to mention, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have already been thinking of this as I've been talking, is a lot of times holiday palettes are not the same quality as the original shadows. I'm looking at you, Too Faced. Too Faced has had a big problem with this, where people will show in reviews the terrible quality. I have gone in and swatched many holiday palettes from Too Faced throughout the years. The quality is never good, and this is not just Too Faced. You guys know I poop on Too Faced a lot, but this is with a lot of brands. Now, I'm hoping that brands will step it up. I've been seeing some reviews for the Too Faced gingerbread palette, and they don't seem awful. People aren't across the board saying this is crap, but just in general, if you're a brand and you know that there is this frenzy around the holiday palettes, you know that they're only going to be out for a couple months, and you know people are going to buy them anyway, you're not necessarily going to put in as much effort to make the quality good. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I think that's awful. I think brands should always come out with quality stuff, but unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You don't always get the quality that you are hoping for. I think also a lot of times with the holidays, there's this whole cute factor. I've made a whole video on products you bought just for the packaging, but a lot of times there will be elaborate, not even the packaging of the actual palette, but there will be the boxes that they come in, like the advent calendars that come out every year. Or I'm thinking of those Too Faced sets where if you put it on display and you open it all up, it looks, I can't remember if it's like a village or something, but a lot of brands do this. They make the packaging and the actual box that it comes in really nice, but then when you get down to it, you're left with chalky, not great quality stuff. Just to put a little perspective into this, I'm Jewish, but my mom's side celebrates Christmas, so I also celebrate Christmas, and I love Christmas. I have like a deep obsession with Christmas. It makes me very, very happy. So I'm not coming from a place where I don't understand the joy of the holidays or anything. I have my things, my Bath & Body Works couple candles that I buy every year. There are certain things that I really do understand, and if you collect, you know, a certain brand's holiday palettes all the time, while I don't do that, and while I would not advise one to do that, I can understand these rituals. I just think it's getting out of hand. I have talked about before on my channel that makeup is being produced like never before in rapid amounts, and it's too much. It's really overwhelming. There's so many palettes to choose from, and I think that a lot of people buy a lot of them because they give themselves the free pass because it's the holidays, like I mentioned. I just want to remind you that it's still money. It's money that you could be spending on other people for the holidays, and a lot of times you don't even think about the holidays yet because it's August or it's September, and you think, I don't need to save money for the holidays, like this isn't even the holidays. But just, I want to ground us and remind you that it's still money, just as valuable as if this were to happen in May and the holiday times weren't there. Let's just be cautious about the things that we are putting into our cart. And I would like to remind you that although holiday palettes are limited edition, it happens every year. It's kind of like the most unlimited, limited edition stuff ever, because while you can never get that one, and sure, things like the Mi Vida Loca remix are, you know, always people are so sad they didn't get that and whatever, there's always going to be a new holiday palette. So if something comes out and you're not crazy about it, don't think just because it's a holiday palette, I have to get it. There's always going to be another holiday season. Literally every year that will happen. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would be very curious to hear. Once again, you do you, just trying to bring us back to a place where we are not just rapidly throwing money at anything that says Christmas or holiday on it. Alright, thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!